I'm gonna make a video. I was gonna do a makeup tutorial, but I decided not to because I'll do one another day. So anyway, today is the new moon of April, and since I've been thinking about, like my career and my life, today I was thinking a lot heavier about it because I was doing, working in a hair salon, and for a good company. I had the opportunity to work on a photo shoot, and that was great. So I always said to myself I wanted to do, things more towards, not so much in the salon, more outside of a salon, but I never really actually got to do it like that. So when I did it, I'm like, okay. So now I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to manifest, to practice manifesting, you know what I mean? And I'm getting what I want, and actually having a hand in that, instead of like, you pray, and sometimes you pray and you don't do anything about it. You just pray and you wait for it to come. But this time, let's try and do something about it. Alright, so I was eating carrots and hummus, roasted garlic hummus. Yo, shit mad good. Luckily I can't smell my breath because it probably smells like hella garlic, but whatever. So I follow a lot of spirituality pages on Instagram. Those pages. So one of the pages had put a picture up where it said it was new moon manifestations. There's a couple of other people who I follow who talk about these kind of things. I know a lady named Ezzy Spencer does a lot of moon, things like that. And I used to try to follow it a lot. I like the full moon a lot more because I personally had a very good full moon experience before, so I've always felt connected to the full moon. But I want to start using all the phases because that's just duh. Like, so in the post it said write down what you want to manifest, your desires of the heart, and write it with strong intent, because sometimes we ask for things and we're just like, do I really want that? That's not, strong intent. That's just like, you asking for it, but you're not really sure. And that means you're not prepared. If it comes, that means you don't, it's just like, not really. So ask for it with strong intent. Know that in your heart, it is something that you truly, truly want. If you don't really want it, don't ask. I learned that the hard way because I'm one of those people that believe in wishing on stars. And I used to do that a lot. Like the first time that you see, you wish. It could be, I realized that a lot of stars could be planets, but same thing. So I did that once, and I was wishing for this thing over and over and over and over. Then I got it. And I realized that when you wish for something, you have to be really specific. You have to know specific. I hate that word. And you have to, say it exactly how you want it. And no doubt. So I think I was, asking for it, but I was being very, like, broad about it and everything like that. And I got it, and I was like, damn. So, so I wrote my, what I wish to manifest. It was like sentences that began with I will, I am, and this will, ... things like that. So you write down what I will, like, accomplish, or I am, and then you say those things aloud to whoever you believe in, God, Allah, see horses, whatever you believe in. You say it out loud and you thank them, and the universes and the gods and goddesses for for life. You just, gratitude is number one. Number two after love. So I did that. So because I am semi-private with my life, I would say I'm more of like 85% private with my life. I'm not gonna say, actually I'll say, you know what, fuck it. I wrote what you wish to manifest in my book. This is my book. Let me show you guys my book. I buy these books from Barnes and Nobles. I love that. I have this is my second one. My first one was read. I have 3 actually. One is like a doodle book. I write stories and whatever in it. The red one was my Book of Shadows #1, and I finished it. This was my Book of Shadows #2. And it's not really a Book of Shadows. It's more of like, it kind of is, because I write, incantations, things like that, and prayers, and, a lot of it is like a lot of journal entries, but not so much journal entries, but more of like, life shit that, when I die, I pass it down to my kids and they can learn something. That kind of stuff. So yes, this is my book. So what I wrote is, I will become an official stylist. And I wrote other things, like 3 other things that goes with that. Like I will work for myself and things like that. But that was the main one, because even though, I do hair, I do makeup sometimes here and there. I love doing nails, as creative as I am, sometimes you get caught up in like this idea that you're not really real, like you're not as good as everybody else. And of course it takes time to be there, but you gotta keep reminding yourself that that work will get you there. So that's why I will become an official stylist. And you say that with like, don't doubt that. I say that and I won't doubt that I will become that. I won't doubt that. I will become an official stylist, like official tissue, And then I wrote, I am brilliant. That's what I wrote first. Because from something about this brilliant word lately that has been like taking over, I just like it. Brilliant sounds like it just means everything. Like brilliant light, brilliant mind, brilliant soul, brilliant everything. But then I thought about ambitious and I thought about strong. And I like strong. I like strong a lot too, because lately I've been had to remind myself, like, there's a couple people who came into my life who kind of try to take away who I am, based off of what they thought I was or whatever. And it made me realize that like the person I am today is solely based on me, like I've met people who have impacted my life, who've changed me, of course, but who I am, all the things that I know and all the things I believe in, and my core is because of me. I took the time to learn things and to figure out who I am. So that's why I like strong, because you gotta remember, at the end of the day, people have come into your life and helped you get to where you are, but it is mainly because of you that you've gotten where you are. And then I wrote, this will happen. That's just like, duh. Like, it's gonna happen. So I said these things out loud, and then I wrote kind of like a prayer, but I think the universe for everything. And you have to remember that you don't thank the universe only on your good days. You thank the universe on every day, because for 1 year you got up, and there are some times where there are some people who didn't get up. So you just thank the universe for that. Thank the universe for reminding you that there's a reason why you got up in the first place. And just be thankful about everything. All the small things that happen in your daily life happen for a complete reason. Like, not even on some half-ass shit. Like, that shit happened for real. And if you paying attention close enough, you'll see like, like, wow, I see now why, the smallest things, I see why those things happened, So, yes, be thankful. And say it out loud too, because you can say it in your head, but when you say it out loud, it becomes more real. And sometimes you have to say things 2 or 3 or 4 times for you to actually start feeling what the impact that's supposed to have. Because like a lot of times when I write incantations, I remind myself to say it 2 or 3 times, because the first time you say it and you're like trying to figure out the words, and you might be a little like timid and whatever, and you might be by yourself, but you just feel like somebody's watching you, so you just like, Then the second time you're like, okay, let me put some emphasis on certain words that I want to stick out, And then the third time you're like, this is legit. what I want and what I need from you, universe, and I'm asking you, you know. And also, too, with asking the universe for things and asking like the gods and everything like that for something, is that you can't be afraid to ask for it. A lot of times people feel like they're not worthy of things that they want, so they don't ask. But if you know there's something that you truly want, it's your true heart desire, you can ask for it. My pen fell. You can ask. You know, as long as you know, if you start to, I think when you start to feel guilt for asking for things, is because deep down inside, maybe you haven't been the greatest person, you know, lately, or you haven't been as, you know, appreciative of what the universe has given you or of the people around you who are good to you. So you feel like, oh, I don't really deserve that. I mean, at the end of the day, if you know your heart is truly in it for the right reasons, it won't change, you know, anything. But you gotta remember to stay pure and right. And just ask and ask. You know, it doesn't hurt. The universe is here to give. So allow yourself to receive. And when you receive, allow yourself to give. And when you give, allow yourself to receive. Like, it's just a cycle. And everything's a cycle. So that's the new moon manifestation. So with that, what happens is that you say it on the new moon. The new moon is for new beginnings, rebirth, and everything like that. So you say it today, and you push forward with it. So you want to become, let's say, for me, I will become an official tissue stylist. And so I say it today. I can't just say it today and just forget about it. I have to put in the work physically to become an official tissue stylist. And then remember to remain who I am and constantly ask the universe for this every day. And then what happens is for the new moon, it's going to start waxing on. So waxing gibbous? No. Matter of fact, I have it in the book over here. Our old book. Okay. And it went right to the page. See too? Phases of the moon. New moon is for new beginnings, refresh, cleanse, do-overs, and planning. Waxing gibbous. So that's the crescent moon. Wax on. I always think about waxing and waning gibbous. Wax on. To gain, to grow, to build, and to plan the next move. So you have your plan now. Now plan how you get there next. The first quarter moon is do the work. Execute the plans. That's the first quarter moon. So that's the half moon. Then the full moon comes, and that's when things start to roll around for you. So you start to see everything that you've been asking for. You start to see it come into play. And it might be in small ways, you know. You know what? I've learned so much from, you know, working with hair and working with makeup and nails. I feel like I'm a lot better. It could be something small like that. But as long as the progress is there, you know. First, last quarter is reflection and regroup. And that's the same thing as waning gibbous, is now you reflect on what you asked for, what you received, how you execute the plan. You see what worked and what didn't work, and you regroup pretty much, and you replan it. And then by the time the new moon comes, now you can ask for this thing, and maybe you need to add something else to the wish and to the desire, and say, you know, I want to be an official tissue stylist, but let me add in, you know, helping me get better with nail designs, like something, just, you know, I'm just throwing stuff out there, but you know, things like that, like you didn't really think about it before, but now after you went through the whole thing, the whole month of all the moons, you went through the whole plan, you went through regrouping, reflection, now you can say, oh, this is what I need to work on next time. So it might seem so small, but by the end of the month, and then by the end of the second month, you'll be a lot farther than before. People think that, you know, like success and things like that is like this one big wave just slap you in the face, and they think that about everything, about losing weight, about gaining muscle, about falling in love. They think it's just one wave of like life is just gonna there it is in your face. But it's not. It's really like small, tiny little skips and steps to where you want to be. And as you get to those places, as you get to the place that you want to be, you know, you have to pay attention to your journey. Be aware in your journey. Because that's the part that's the best. That's actually the best part. And that's the part that you need to really pay attention to, because you can be at point A and, you know, you say to yourself, you know, I'm not really happy where I am and this is where I really want to be. And let me get myself next to point B, right? But you working so hard to get to point B that you just like going through the motions. You get to point B, you're like, I'm not really happy at point B. Let me get to point C. And you just missed everything. Like, you missed all the stuff that was between point A and B. You have to enjoy point A, first of all. Enjoy everything up to point B. Enjoy point B. And, you know, it will just make life a lot easier, a lot more beautiful. And you'll be a lot more, you know, happier. And it makes you appreciate, you know, life a lot more, because things will start coming to you. And no matter what it is, you'll be happy that it's there. It could be the worst heartbreak of your life, and you'll be happy that it happened, because you know what? It's an experience that I'm going through, and it's okay. So I want all of you guys to do that, right? Your new moon manifestations. The new moon is tonight. Try, what's today's date? April 6th. I'm going to put this video up on YouTube so it won't make a difference. But since I'm going to post about it on Instagram today, I might as well just, you know, say do it tonight. But, and if, you know, you're watching this a week from now or whatever, try to follow the moon and try to, even if you don't follow the moon, just do this on any day. Write down what you want and put in the action to get it. And then, you know, your successes will mean a lot more, and it'll be a good life, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got real personal with y'all. I don't like to talk about my personal life that much on social medias and with people, because it's just my life. I just do what I want, whatever. So I don't include nobody, but if I'm gonna do this YouTube thing every once in a while, I might as well share. Okay, I stopped the video and everything. So the angle might be completely different and everything, but whatever. So I want to pull a card too. So in keeping in mind about our manifestation and everything like that, all the things that we wish and desire and our truest hearts and everything, I'm gonna pull a card for us. So I shuffle them. This is what I do. I shuffle the cards, thinking about everything. The question has to be so felt. Your thought has to be so true. And you feel it from your toes all the way up to your brain. And I shuffle them and I shuffle them. And then when I feel good and I feel like, you know, my question is set, I stop shuffling. And I put the cards really tight into a box. And I imagine it's a box now, once all the lines meet. And all the card faces, every answer is in the box. And as soon as I touch the top card, the energy from my hand pulls the face of the card that I need the most to this card top. It's kind of like, you know, I'm a little mystical, but it sounds good. It makes you feel good, so it makes you feel connected to your cards also. Pleasure. This is a good card because, for one, Venus is relatively close to us, I believe. I believe also that a lot of time there's stars close to the moon that we think are stars, but I think it's Venus and I think Mars are really close together. One of them. They're really close, so this is a good card too for the moon. But this pleasure card means that to focus on yourself, to get in touch with your feminine side, your most vulnerable side, your most, you know, in touch side. This makes sense, feminine energy from the moon. To, you know, like to kind of not remember, but to dig out your desires, to work on those things. And to, also is also with sexuality as well, but not sex, sexuality more. hugging more, saying I love you more, things like that. So this is good. This is really good. Desire. You know what I mean? All your desires of the heart. Good card. So let's remember to be strong in the sense of masculinity, and to be not weak but strong in the sense of femininity. I hope I said that right. Okay. See ya.